Dragon Ball's decade-long run gave us some of the most memorable and powerful characters in fiction. From Goku vs. Vegeta, or Goku vs. Superman, or Goku vs. your depression, no question has been more hotly debated than who would win. An ancient and powerful foe from the earliest days of the series, or the mad titan who would capstone the series. We've all asked the question, who would win? Boo or Monster Carrot? The obvious parallels in their power, nigh invulnerability, and insurmountable adversary towards the Saiyan raised on Earth has led us all to the same desire. To see the strongest villain of the original arc versus the most frightening villain of the final arc. That question which rises deep from within our very souls. Answered now. To answer this contentious, decades-old debate, I've prepared 4 categories to score them and determine once and for all who would win. Power, speed, durability, and special abilities. Breaking it down is the only way for our mortal minds to comprehend their otherwise incomprehensible power. Monster Carrot was introduced in Chapter 17 of the original Dragon Ball back in 1985. The previous chapter would introduce his rabid mob holding an entire town hostage under his furry thumb. The sight of his fluffy ears were more than enough to make the townspeople freeze in terror. Unfortunately, since his minions did do all of his dirty work for him, we don't have any examples of his physical strength to go off of, meaning that the first category, power, will be rewarded to Boo by default. For his battle with Super Saiyan 3 Goku, of course, we can't overstate Boo's power either if Hercule could survive a punch from the always bloodlusted Kid Boo. Boo demonstrated high mobility and speed throughout his arc, but the ability to teleport outclasses all his other feats. As we can see, Boo copies the Supreme Kai's teleport after witnessing it only once, and is able to use it to jump to the other side of the universe. This feat will give Boo his second point, but let's not count out Monster Carrot yet, who does demonstrate some impressive acrobatics of his own, but he also can't get off the moon. Our third category, durability, is where things get complicated. Monster Carrot's first impressive feat is the ability to survive the vacuum of space. He was able to survive breaking free of Earth's gravity when Goku stranded him on the moon. This entails the ability to survive without water, air, and an immunity to harsh cosmic radiation of the universe that would kill any one of us. This feat is shared by Boo, who demonstrated the same ability. A clear difference we can find is how Boo's body succumbs to a planet's destruction, which would at best place him below planet level. He can, however, recover from this, but Monster Carrot has repeatedly shown a durability stronger than the moon, demonstrating a successful feat above Boo's. In addition, we also know Monster Carrot can survive a full power Kamehameha from the god of martial arts, Master Roshi, from the first time he destroyed the moon, and as if to flex Monster Carrot's immortality, he's also survived the moon's second destruction at the hands of Piccolo, Kidnapper extraordinaire. Monster Carrot survived 3 decades in the vacuum of space. The next time we would see him in the Moro arc, where it looks like he and his minions have not aged a day. Not even time can wear away at this fearsome rabbit. From all this, we can only conclude that Monster Carrot has survived a blast strong enough to erase the moon without taking any damage, and has no need for food, water, air, or any such sustenance. In contrast, we have frequently seen Boo's need for food, like sweets. Durability easily goes to Monster Carrot. The only opposition Boo can offer here is regenerative ability, which Monster Carrot has no need of. If you can't be injured to begin with, there is no need for regenerating. The final category is special abilities. Boo showcases a wider arsenal of skills, but the two we're really interested in here are the abilities to turn people into food. Boo turns people, demons, and other Boos into a variety of sweets. Monster Carrot demonstrates a narrower skill set, only being able to turn others into carrots with his touch. I think the winner of this category is clear. Monster Carrot! Boo shows off this ability frequently and has been countered frequently. On the contrary, Monster Carrot's Carrot Touch has never been countered, and seems to strip the sentience from its victims. On top of these obvious advantages, carrots are far healthier than sweets, also showing the superiority of Monster Carrot's touch over Boo's chocolate beam. On the topic of abilities, it would seem Monster Carrot can extend his immortality to those loyal to him, as his 2 minions, regular humans, have been able to survive without air, food, water, or even aging just as long as he has. But to keep things fair to Boo, we have restricted this to a 1-on-1 fight. Looking at the score, Boo has been given 2 points, 1 in power and 1 in speed, and Monster Carrot has earned 1 in durability and 1 in special abilities. But don't you worry, dear viewer. I promised an answer to this heated, decades-long debate, and I won't let it end in some tie. The fifth and final category, the tiebreaker, shall be fashion sense. Boo has a variable fashion sense, but always stays on brand with those baggy pants and his signature, name brand belt. But the frequent changes in tops, whether it be an orange gi or 80s shoulder pads with a cape, it reveals a lack of confidence in his fashion sense. I mean seriously, switching out one cape for another? Monster Carrot, on the other hand, this model doesn't leave the house unless he's rocking something he'd be happy with 30 years from now. His bold colors and extravagant high-fitting collar display confidence and impeccable foresight, all brought together by his own personal branding, Rabbit, in the center. The final point is easily taken by the rabbit walking the runway. With a score of 3-2, Monster Carrot wins against Boo. Do you disagree? Allow me to paint the picture. Boo may have the speed and range advantage, but we know he wouldn't be able to hurt Monster Carrot. Even if Boo destroyed the planet they were fighting on, Monster Carrot would still survive, unfazed. Due to his insane durability, Boo would become frustrated by his inability to sink a dent into the rabbit, which would lead to Monster Carrot's winning maneuver. When Boo tries to absorb Monster Carrot, which he's known to do with enemies he cannot kill, he would have to touch him, and by that point, it's too late, chickie. Once Boo's been turned into a carrot, he'd have no recourse. A mere nibble would fell the beast, essentially nullifying the power category, making the final score closer to 3-1 in Monster Carrot's favor. You may be asking now, is there anyone who could defeat this Rabbit King? Let's sigh. Yes. His only weaknesses are a lack of gravity, and those who are already carrots. As I'm sure you're aware, Monster Carrot was defeated by Goku, whose original name is Kakarot. Even if he didn't know it, Goku already had the power of a carrot, which allowed him to defeat the immortal Monster Carrot.